So as we get closer to the season, we're going to see so much more talk about a possible trade with Patrick Queen. He's entering the final year of his rookie contract. The Ravens did not pick up his fifth-year option. Clearly, they want to get rid of the guy. It's only a matter of time before that does happen. And I say that in that way because I'm not happy about it. I really do love Patrick Queen. I think he's a great player. And I think, I wish he could stay on the team. But this is just how the Ravens work. Whenever we do have really good defensive players, eventually we just kind of move on from them. And, they go out there and find a new team. And we kind of have this philosophy in Baltimore where, we make our own stars. So we draft a guy, especially defensively. We usually only do this with defense. We go draft a defensive player, and then we make them a star. And then when their contract comes up, we say, all right, have fun. Go do whatever you want to do in life. And we're going to go draft somebody else, and that's going to be your replacement. The Ravens did that. They drafted a linebacker in the third round, and that's going to be Patrick Queen's replacement. So with all that being said, the trade proposals are now being thrown out there. And I saw a couple now, at least 3 or 4, where they have the Ravens going and trading with the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, this makes perfect sense because, what's the perfect way to trade away your star linebacker? Trade him to a team that is not in your conference. It works out the best because then you have to see him twice a year, right? Yeah, so that is right now being the speculation or the speculative proposals is that we're going to trade Patrick Queen and a 4th-round pick to the Philadelphia Eagles for a 2nd-round pick. Now, keep in mind, again, when a player's on his end of his rookie contract or the last year of his contract in general, it's always much harder to trade that said player. The reason why is because, there's nothing guaranteeing whoever you trade him to that he's going to stay on that team. At the end of the day, if we trade him to Philadelphia, the idea is, okay, we trade him to Philadelphia, he'll work out a contract for Philadelphia, he'll be with Philadelphia for the next 4 or 5 seasons, right? That is the dream thing for everybody, right? We get capital back, they go get a player, they give the contract to Patrick Queen, Queen gets paid, happy ever after. But the fact of the facts is, it's not always the case. Sometimes when you trade a player, they will refuse a trade until the other team works out a contract with them. That's one thing that sometimes happens. Or, again, a player goes somewhere, gets traded somewhere, they never work out a contract expires, player leaves that team, that player who traded the capital for that player are now out of that pick or player, whoever they traded for. And that is a part of the business, that is part of football. So, with that being said, that's why his trade value is going to be less than, like, for example, if we had him on a 4 or 5 year contract right now, and, we were trading him plus him for the next 4 years to Philadelphia, we might be able to get something crazy like a 2nd-round pick, period, for Patrick Queen. But once you realize the fact that they have to now give him a contract and work out that part with him, and there's nothing guaranteeing he's going to stay on the team, that takes down his value drastically, right? It makes him less valuable as a player because, okay, well, we're going to get him, but what if we get him and this does not work out for us? What if we get him and, he doesn't want, or he doesn't work out a contract with us? Let's say he wants Lamar Jackson money, hypothetically, right? And Philadelphia is like, we're not giving Lamar Jackson money. But the Ravens are going to say, listen, we gave you him, we traded you him, don't hit us up, don't call us, don't talk to us, because that's your player now. So, it does suck for that said reason. And again, like I said, I just wish we would have kept him. I really wish we could keep him and just have him. I know, again, you drafted the guy in the 3rd round. He's the replacement for Patrick Queen. It's part of the business, how the Ravens always operate. We got rid of Zarius Smith when he was amazing for us because his contract came up. We got rid of Pernell McPhee. His contract came up. And then we do it with every single said player. CJ Mosley, his contract's up. Bye-bye, CJ. Go find somewhere else to go. Patrick is the same concept here. And he was a 28th overall pick in the 1st round, so it's not even like he was a high overall pick in the 1st round. He was almost a 2nd-round pick, so it is what it is. At least if we can get the capital we gave up for him back, I'll at least be happy to know that at least we have that, right? So next year we'll have 2 2nd-round picks instead of having 1 2nd-round pick next year. But we're going to see a lot of different proposals. All I got to say and all I got to hope at this point is that we just don't trade him inside of the division. because I know if Cincinnati gets him, he's going to absolutely demolish us. The second he gets a chance, if Cincinnati gets him, he's going to demolish us if, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, any of them get him. I really, honestly, if we trade him, I hope we don't trade him inside the AFC, period. Like, again, he is that good of a linebacker. I know not everyone's going to agree with me on that one and say, oh, he's that good. He is that good. This man is an absolute monster. He doesn't get hurt. 16 games, 17 games, 17 games. His biggest problem as a player, really, is just he over-pursues different holes when going after running backs and stuff like that. And that's really stuff that he just needs to learn. And I feel like in Baltimore, we never taught him how to, get better at that. We kind of went with the whole idea of, well, you know what? You're not good at that. So goodbye. Have a good day. We're done with you. Rather than actually sitting back and going, okay, this is where you need to get better at. This is where you need to improve. We're going to help you improve in this category. Instead, Baltimore went with the whole strategy of, well, he's not good at it, so he's never going to be good at it. Let's just move on from him and, find somebody else. It hurts, man. It does hurt. Getting Roquan Smith, though, was his demise. Once we got Roquan Smith, I was so excited. I'm like, okay, we got Roquan Smith. He's going to develop. He's going to be a superstar for us. He can develop Patrick Queen, get Patrick Queen to be a superstar, and we can really get this offense, moving forward in the correct direction. And then the second we saw the draft, and there was talking about, oh, we might get a linebacker. I'm like, linebacker? Okay. That's gonna be GG. I think right now his trade value at this moment in time, I'm gonna say, is probably at least, I think he's worth a second round pick. Even with his contract situation coming up, the guy's only 24 years old. He has a whole entire future ahead of him. I think at least he's worth a second round pick. At the lowest I would ever take for Patrick Queen would be a third round pick. But I'm hoping we at least get a second and we can, walk away happy with a second round pick. Because again, like I said, it's just so, it hurts, man. It really, really does hurt to see that we lose this guy. Like, this man, I have a freaking, right here, signed Patrick Queen helmet. By the way, that's Willie Anderson, Ravens right tackle, way back in the day. But that right there, Patrick Queen signed helmet. I mean, I'm still going to root for him. No matter where he goes, I'll always root for him, just like Zarius Smith, even though he kind of lost his mind. But wherever he went, I rooted for him. Wherever Ravens go after they are in the Baltimore Ravens, I will always root for them for the rest of eternity. So, it is what it is, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.